Okay. So I'm gonna do a little scene in the beginning to get you into basically the picture that I sent you, um, explaining how you got
We
here,
okay.
and then I'll do a little intro, and then we'll begin.
Hmm. Okay then.
So you rouse from your slumber, getting ready for your stream, and you see a tombstone with a skull that says "Ole" on it, and immediately you're teleported to a new realm. Looking up, you see a moon with a bloody grin, while a Siri voice says,
You've arrived at your destination. Welcome to Muerto City.
in front of you is a big skull building with neon red sign that says "Dead End" on it, all while a Spanish guitar is playing in the background. What is your reaction?
Looks like a very interesting place, not gonna lie.
All right, and then
If
you.
people seem friendly, I would love to stay there.
Well, there's not many people around,
Hmm.
yet. But as you walk into the building, you see, uh, you are greeted by a desk. I'm there. I'm on the left, and you are on the right. And then I will welcome you in, and we'll get started. And amigos, I'm your host, Amarihachi Loki. Today's special guest is a VTuber artist. Their Twitch categories include Just Chatting, Cult of the Lamb, and, wait for it, art. My favorite. Please welcome to the
Yes.
show, Neyuse. Glad to have you here. It's a little
Hi.
early, but hey, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry it has to be like so early for you.
It's okay.
Time zones, man. Time zones.
Time zones, yep, gotta get used to it. Where is my. Hold on.
Hmm.
Stuck here. Okay. Well, my book disappeared somehow from yesterday, but we're just gonna wing it today. Uh, so I know that the first question I have for you, as a VTuber,
Hmm.
is why did you get into VTubing?
Well, there were a few reasons why. Because even though I have started taking the whole streaming and VTubing more serious this year, I made an attempt on streaming last year. A very short attempt. I guess the main motivation was because I wanted to chat with people when I'm doing art, because I noticed like I spent a lot of time doing it for obvious reasons. And it could be nice to be able to chat with other people and not just listen to music and all of that.
Okay.
And it also could help try to improve my English.
Okay.
Don't know how that is going, but we are getting there, I guess.
I mean, I understand you clearly, so I don't know how rough it was in the beginning. It seems like you're
Mm,
able to communicate.
I mean, it could be bad if I wasn't able to do that at least. But
Yeah.
I think the main problem is, lack of vocabulary at some moments and like pronunciation for the most part.
And may I
But
ask
yeah, getting there, getting there.
what accent you have?
Uh, from Spanish.
Okay.
I'm from Spain, so my accent is basic, I will say. Even though some people have told me I sound like I'm from Germany, which okay,
I mean,
interesting take.
you're you're like not that far from it, so
Oh, really?
that comparative to like say like America, say like probably like not you're in the same region comparative to say like America try to reach Germany kind of thing.
I
So
mean, yeah, if we speak by distance, it's close.
yeah, by that kind of distance, yeah, you're closer, but not really. Like,
Hmm.
um, but no, I can understand you fair. I have a Hispanic heritage, however, I don't have the accent. Um,
Hmm.
so you have are you currently still in Spain?
Yeah, I was born and I was raised here, and I am still here. So my whole life in pain with the S.
That's fair. So what makes you want to VTube for the English audience, comparative to maybe saying the Spanish
Mm,
audience?
I guess because since I have before streaming and all of that, I already was an artist, and my audience for the most part, and my Twitter and all of that, it was all in English to begin with. So I thought it could be weird to separate like the languages and the communities that I have, even though at the end the people that mostly watch me on Twitch have come from Twitch and not from Twitter, but at the moment I thought it could be kind of weird to switch languages. And I didn't want to create a specific account just for B2B.
Okay.
So I just thought it would be just normal to keep using English when streaming.
I mean, if you add your accent to your VTuber, like as a lore thing, I think that's pretty cool. Like that you are a Spanish snake that is learning English, something like that. Like I don't know
I
if you
guess
thought of it
I
that
mean
way, but
I made I made everything like the overlays and the original PNG that I was using in like 2 days, so there was no time to create lore. But
still, it looks
I
great.
speedrun that. I speedrun everything so fast. The one that I'm using right now was updated later, and I have changed my overlays like 3 times already. But at the beginning, I made everything in like 2 days. The
Wow,
speed.
that's you speed running through VTubing. I see.
If
Um,
only getting a proper model was that easy.
so since you were speed running so quickly, what made you come up with the name?
The name was my name was actually created some years ago, and there is no like a deep meaning behind it. I will say I used to go by another username in the past, but I decided to change it, and in the process of trying to those like create a new one, I just make try and error with different sounds that I like together, basically.
Okay.
So like no deep meaning, no like a character that I liked. It was like sounds that I thought sounded nice together, and it's just a casuality that it sounds pretty close to Medusa, Neyuse, Medusa. It's a casuality, like by coincidence, but it worked in the end, I guess.
And clearly, your inspiration is Medusa, correct?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, because
what made you choose Medusa?
mm, I have like snake inspired designs for a while, and this is not like myself. It's not the first ever character that I have designed with those like aspects or topics already. I think I have made like 2 or 3 designs based on snakes before. I think snakes are pretty neat. They are like cat but make it a noodle. So yeah, I just thought it would fit my personality, I guess. I think they are pretty cute.
Yeah, I mean, usually when I see Medusa, she's not ever in a cute
Yeah,
design.
maybe
So
Medusa's not, but snakes are.
yeah, yeah. The concept of Medusa is usually never a cute design, but uh, you definitely took it in a different direction, and I think it
Hmm,
works. It's cool. Um,
thank you.
so for your current model, are you planning on
Hmm.
adding more to it?
I actually have designed, or yeah, I have designed a second outfit or like a variation of the current design. And I try to switch between the current PNG and that one whenever I can. So yeah, I want to have lore at some point, and there will be an explanation why there is a drastic change in color palette and all of that. But yeah, eventually things will start to work out.
I see. And you said you drew everything, correct, in your current setup for your streaming?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have done the overlays and I have done my PNG. The coding for the chat is one that I found in a YouTube tutorial, but it was without any kind of credit. So I don't know who made it, but for the rest, I have made it all myself.
Awesome. And so talking about your art, what inspired you to draw so much?
Mm, Usually, it really depends on whatever I'm into the most at the moment. So, whatever fandom I'm into,
Oh.
something that I enjoy a lot is what makes me want to keep drawing it, because for some people doing like original characters is what makes like brings them joy.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, it's some like a piece of media that I enjoy a lot, and drawing it makes me happy. So I guess that's it. And currently, it's VTubers, so I draw a lot of VTubers.
Was there an inspiration that uh a besides Medusa, like an art style that made you want to create your
Mm.
VTuber?
For art styles, I think it's a bit more complex because there are a lot of artists that I do like, both like Japanese, national, and from other parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I guess the general vibe that I want to go for, like art style in general, is one that is clean and it's like very polite and all of that. Because painterly styles they look very nice, but in my case, if I see something that looks kind of messy, I need to fix it. I need to clean it. So
Okay, so
I guess
you like clean lines and uh
yeah, clean, nice, clean colors as much as I can. If
okay.
not, it's like I need to fix.
um so how is your commissions? Are they okay? Has it been hectic as of late, or
Mm,
pretty chill? Or are you hoping to get more?
I'm hoping to get more since the last time I opened like live 2D model commissions, since I started like learning how to do them. The last time I opened it, it went pretty well, and it seems like more people that I thought could be interested in me making their models. So I hope in the future it gets better. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really honored that so many people would like to have like my art style for their models. I never expected that. So I guess that's that.
Excuse me, my throat is dry. Um,
No, it's fine.
okay, so do you also do rigging as well for Live 2D?
I wish I think I know many live to the artists offer both. You can either get the art, the rigging separately or both at the same time, but I personally don't have the time to learn rigging as of right now. I would love to try in the future, maybe with a TV model, since the main focus usually for models is to have the face properly rigged,
Mm-hmm.
and TVs still have like all the elements. It's just that the body it's way more simple. So I'm hoping to maybe try and practice in the future, but currently it's not like I can offer that. I don't know.
That's fair. Um,
People that know how to rig, they use black magic. I swear, I don't know how they do that. It looks so difficult.
it, I tried it on my
Oh
previous
god,
model
how
before,
was
and
it? How was it?
it's it's difficult if you don't understand animation programs. And also, hi chat. I haven't got a chance to properly say hello. Um, if you don't understand some animation programs, Live 2D can be difficult. But there are plenty of YouTube videos that assist you through it. The problem is they don't tell you this on YouTube's videos is that you have parameters, and if you're using the free version of the Live 2D software,
Hmm.
you cannot do some of the crazy stuff that you can like
Um,
these videos because they are using the full version. Um,
um,
because I found out that you can't do you can the max I got chance to do is moving the eyes and the mouth. Uh, to like the amount that they wanted. That was it. That's all I could do. I couldn't move the head. I couldn't move the body. I couldn't move the hat. Um,
Is
that
it because you are forced to pay to do that, or because you weren't able like to figure it out properly? Because that doesn't sound very nice.
it was because they limit the amount of things you can
Ah,
animate.
oh,
Yeah.
wow. I
Yeah.
see.
Um.
I hate when programs do stuff like that. No, no, no.
Yeah, but like it's difficult. Like a friend of mine who recently got into VTubing, he tried to do it. Um, and that was one thing he didn't like, that they limit a lot behind parameters
Mm.
like that. Um, because he did like he tried to do like head moving and body swiveling and things like that. He reached the parameters very quickly. Um, but that's my only 2 cents about live 2D and
Mm.
trying to do it like that. If you don't buy the full program, you're gonna limit yourself to just the eyes and the mouth very quickly.
Well, I guess time to save up if I want to try in the future.
Yeah, that's fair. If you are serious about rigging, that is definitely one thing you want to buy all the
Hmm.
way. Um,
Hmm. I hope
and
it's not too expensive. I haven't even checked it. I hope it's not too expensive because. Mm,
I can't tell you how much it is because I didn't even bother once I found that
fair
out.
enough.
So,
Fair
uh,
enough.
um, so what art program do you use?
I use a mix of Clip Studio Paint and Paint Tool Sai.
Clip
I
Studio.
have been using Paint Tool Sai for over 8 years now, and I got Clip Studio Paint last year, but I started using it this year. And yeah, I'm trying to learn more of Clip Studio Paint since it has more tools and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But there is something about like the blending tools in Clip Studio Paint that they don't match the ones inside whatsoever. So I keep going between one to another, like sketching in one, coloring in the other, doing finishes touches in the other. So I keep swinging between both.
I see. And what calls you to? You say you want to use more of Clip Studio Paint. So why do you switch to Paint Tool SI? What specific purpose does it hold in your pipeline?
Oh, it's more like I wanted to switch to Clip Studio. The one I use the most is Sai, but again, I think the blending tools and like the blur tools are way better and more smooth to use. It's hard to explain how to art without seeing it, but like the colors blend way better in my experience using the tools I have inside than the ones I have been able to find in Clip Studio Paint so far. And some artist friends have also commented that like the blending tools in Clip Studio can't match with the ones inside, which I'm very surprised taking into account that Clip Studio Paint is like created by the big company, while like Paint Tool Sai is done by one person.
Oh wow. Well, at least they know what they
So
want. So
yeah,
um so besides these two programs, what program did you start with when you started to do art? Like seriously do art. What was that first program?
yeah, it was Sai. I have been using Sai since the beginning. It
Okay.
was one friend, well, give me a copy, and I have been using it for the most part. I know many artists use, for example, Photoshop, but since like I don't think there are that many tutorials, or at the time I wasn't able to find that many tutorials on how to use Photoshop for art.
Mm-hmm.
And when you search speed paints, like things like that, for the most part, many people use still like Sai. So you were able to see what tools they were using and the layers they were using and all of that. So I learned a lot by watching the speed paints that you can see for free on YouTube. So that's why I keep using Sai for so many years. Even when I started to take it more seriously and I started taking commissions, I kept using Sai. It's true that later down the line I was using Photoshop on Photopea, that is like online Photoshop, for some minor edits here and there once the picture was done, but the bulk of like the illustration was all done inside.
Okay. And could you share with us uh what sort of process you use to get better at art? Say like in the beginning, what did you use what was the resource you used to practice and get better? Did you use anatomy lessons? Did you look at other artist references? Did you try to copy a certain art style?
Hmm. Funny, just I have never done proper studies of any. You know how artists always tell you that you need to do anatomy studies and you need to copy from reality and like make photo studies? I never did. I, for the most part, observe art already done by artists that I admire. I look at it. I try to see like what colors they have used, how they have drawn certain parts, and I try to incorporate that in what I do. So, like visual learning, I guess. It's true that I need to properly learn the fundamentals, but so far this is how I have come.
I mean, whatever works for you. Some of us just don't need to learn that part. Some
No,
things just match.
I think I need to, because you can notice yourself when you reach a moment in which you want to draw something, you know how you want it to look, but your hand doesn't cooperate, I guess, because you cannot properly visualize it. That's when you know you have reached like the limit of what you know, and you need to practice to keep going. So I know I have to, at some point, make the study that I have avoided for so many years. Soon. I can't
Soon.
keep running away.
There'll be a Twitch stream about it. My struggles.
I have been thinking about doing studies and learning anatomy, but I don't know if Twitch will like that.
I mean, just make sure you keep some images either blurred or like depending on what you're looking at or chop it up.
I guess.
Um
Whatever.
so from one artist to another, what is your most difficult body part to draw?
The human torso.
The torso.
Yeah, like when it in some angles, I don't have problems because they are the ones that you may draw them more like from front or like third, fourth kind of side look. But if you want to do some more fancy poses, I don't know how to put like how to move the torso and how to put the neck and how to connect the arms and the legs to it. Like that's the big part of the body that I still don't properly understand.
Okay. It's
Like
interesting.
arms, legs, and legs more or less fine. The head, I can look for reference because for the head there is everything, but the torso.
Well, more like I'm sure it's like not just like the torso like looking straight. It's the torso doing torso-y things like spinning and twisting and things like that. I'm
Yeah,
guessing is
like
what's
all
difficult.
the cool poses that you can see Japanese artists draw like it's nothing. I
Mhm.
can do that, and I want to. That's why I say I can keep avoiding learning how to do studies, and I can't keep avoiding. I have to study.
Yeah, but it seems like most of the chat is down to learn with you, the anatomy. So at least you won't be alone there. And who knows? Maybe there's a
I'm
doctor
glad.
who can help with the proportions of a torso. I'm sure they've seen a torso in many different positions.
Well, I'm glad they don't mind seeing me struggle with anatomy.
It'll be a learning process for everyone. No, my difficult
Mm.
thing is hair. Actually, I can't seem to
Oh,
draw hair to look not like Sonic the Hedgehog spikes. It's all very
I used to
spiky,
have that problem too.
and I've yet to really figure it out. So, as you notice on my character, doesn't have hair. Uh,
You avoid the problem completely.
yeah, so just put a hat on it because hair, yeah,
Who needs hair anyway?
hair, yeah, it's my bane. I could draw feet. Apparently, I'm known as the foot guy. So like if
Um,
so if you need
I
feet
know
for
many people on the internet will be happy about that.
so if your VTube model needs feet, apparently I'm very good at drawing feet. So I just found that out. Um,
Okay,
I don't know if that's a good title to have, but there we go.
well,
Okay, so going back to VTubing, what is your strongest, weakest, and most recent improvement for your stream?
wait, I need to take notes. These are so many questions at once, and my poor two brains cannot keep up.
Okay,
Wait.
replace shoes with mittens. Ah, there you go.
Okay, you say weakest, strongest, and
And most recent improvement for your stream.
mm, weakest. I guess I could add. I don't have many fancy stuff that most streamers have, like stringer animations, like a proper intro, I guess, like intro screen and none of that. I don't have some of the most, I guess, quote unquote basic assets that some people have. Um, because I do everything myself, I need to learn how to do those.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, strongest, I guess, if I want to change colors or how everything looks in the like the aesthetic part, I can do it myself, I guess. I can do it in one day. Like the other time when I speedrun everything, I can do it fairly quickly if I know what I need to do. I get that something. Like for example, for it was for my birthday. Yeah, I rebrand well, more or less rebrand everything. I remade all my overlays and made the second outfit everything for my birthday.
Oh
So
wow.
that was like 4 screens or 3 screens plus uh, a PNG with like the second outfit I mentioned earlier with different variations in less than a week. So I guess that's the strongest point I have. I can change whatever I want. And recent, I have added like the alerts, like a cute small like animation when no, someone like subs or follows. I added that recently. So I guess that's the most recent improvement I have made. It's still a long way to go, but we are getting there.
But hey,
The problem
you start
when you
small.
start when you start everything in 2 days, there are many things that you need to do later.
Yes, most definitely, and I do agree. It's you're like a snake that can flexibly rebrand any day that you wish, and
Yeah,
in any instant.
well,
It seems like.
as long as I have time and I'm able to prepare everything, yeah.
And chat, I would like to invite you all if you have a question that you would like to relate, of course, if it's appropriate. We're talking about VTubing and art as of currently. So I would love to have any questions from the chat, if you have any. So, what is your end goal with VTubing and art?
End goal. I mean, the thing is, I think when people start, maybe it's normal to have like some kind of goal for yourself. But in my case, it's just keep chilling with my regulars in chat. I guess I started streaming because I wanted to chat with people, and I already have people to chat with, so I'm pretty nice right now. I guess just keep growing slowly. I like every other content creator. I think slowly growing. It's nice having more people to watch what you do. but like I don't have any big goal. I guess maybe being able to collab more next year,
Collab.
but I think yeah, I haven't. This is technically speaking my first ever collab.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you here. Even though it's a
Thanks.
little early, it's good to have you here. I finally woke up.
Thanks.
This is good. This is good.
Good news once again.
Um, okay. And so we have one question from the chat which says, "What's your favorite color palette?"
Color palette. That's a difficult question. Colors are hard. I guess colors are hard. The other day, like, well, this was a while ago, but like I was talking with a client regarding one commission, and they told me, "Can you make this heart beans like cyan?" And I was like, "Okay, no problem." And I had to Google what color that was because I'm an artist and I know the colors of the names. Yeah, surely. I had to Google the names of the colors.
I
So
see.
colors are hard. But I'm looking at like a list of some of the characters that I have designed in the past and seeing what colors I have used the most. Pink seems to be fairly present. I guess pink is nice.
Pink. Okay.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, pink and blues. I think I like to use those a lot in general.
even though your
Mm,
model, what it seems like you like to pick is like purple. At least that seems to be the color that you picked first and surrounded everything else around it. It was like,
There is a story of why I'm purple,
oh,
and
let's
you
hear
are not going to see it coming.
it.
So this come the reason why I'm purple. This comes from some years ago before I even decided that I wanted to start streaming. Before I even make my first ever attempt to streaming. So I was very into Danganronpa. Have you heard of that game? Like
Which one?
Danganronpa? Danganronpa.
Danganronpa? Yes, yes,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard of it,
I
never played
was
it. So
I was very into that series of games, like that franchise, and I reached the uh, last game of the entry, the Danganronpa P3,
hmm
and there is a character there whose name is Kokichi Ouma, and his main color palette it's purple. And I made an avatar, or like I made a fan art, and I set that as my Discord profile picture. And since he's purple, and whenever I had to reply to some friends and other people on Discord with like a heart, I chose the purple heart to match with the profile picture. And that kept going because I'm the kind of person that will stay with the same profile picture and like backgrounds for like computer and mobile phone for months, if not years.
same. I'm the same. I've never
And I'm
really
not alone.
changed.
I'm not alone in this.
Yep.
And so because of that, I kept the Oma profile picture for many months, and I kept using the purple heart for many months. When I changed it to another original character that I made, the color was still more or less matching with purple. And when the time came for me to make like a VTuber kind of persona for myself, I was like, I need to go with purple. I need it to match with the purple heart I use in Discord.
It's your signature. You have to use it.
Yeah. If it was any other character, my color would have been different. But the reason why I'm purple is because of Kokichi Ouma for Danganronpa.
Hey, we all have our inspiration. I mean, mine is a skin from Smite. So, there, there you go. So we have another question here. Is do you have a favorite VTuber?
I know why they are asking the question.
I mean, it's actually a question I had, but as well. So it's not just them, but I also had it here in the list.
Have you heard of Nigi Sanji?
Nigi Sanji. Heard the name.
Yeah, Nigi.
Very
The
common name.
company.
Mhm.
The company.
Uh
Well, they have an English branch,
huh.
and they have this one VTuber called Mr. Rias. He's my VTuber Aussie, I will say.
Okay.
He's also one of the reasons why I got motivated to try and give streaming another chance this year. Not only because I wanted to talk with people and to keep like practicing my English, but because he also like say that anyone can be a VTuber and stop sitting around and just do it. And that's what I did in 2 days. So here we are.
How many times did you try streaming before you are at your current
Mm,
level now?
yeah, like the one time I tried like last year back when I was still playing Genshin Impact. It feels like it was ages ago. But I didn't have like a PNG of any or like anything at all. It was just the game on its own and like a very quick overlay. And I just was trying to stream it, and I was very very nervous that time.
Okay.
And like compared to right now, like when I give it another try, like this year, I was also kind of nervous at the beginning, but not as much as was when I was playing Genshin Impact, which I don't know. I guess I gained more confidence even though I didn't do anything.
I mean,
I
it's the
guess,
hot
yeah.
anime game, Genshin Impact. How could you be nervous?
And because the community is very scary, man.
Is it? Tell me about it because I don't.
No, no, no,
Listen,
no, no,
I
no,
don't. I
no,
don't
no, no,
play.
no.
I don't play Genshin Impact. So anything that you tell me, I will take seriously.
No, you don't want to know. I don't want. I don't want to talk about it. Man, I was in the Genshin Impact community for a very short time, and I have friends that are still on it. And even though I only follow like some artist friends that draw for Genshin Impact, like they make fan merch and all of that,
hmm
and I don't follow it actively anymore, there is always something going on. There is always some drama going on whenever there is an update with the game. And I
Really?
don't even get to see the full story. I only see people complaining about people complaining.
What?
Okay.
Uh, I had no idea there was that much strife in Genshin. Well, shit.
Yeah,
Maybe
if
I
you
need to start diving in there and start interviewing people. Like, all right, I need to get some Genshin Impact questions because what is happening? I've never heard this. This is the first time I've heard this.
you ignorance is a blessing. I intelligence ignorance is a blessing.
It's
Okay,
a blessing. Here I
just
am
let
trying to
me
find
know.
it.
I have here some wild stories, and I don't want to get back. I'm okay in my corner of the internet in which I appreciate fan arts and I support my friends that make fan arts. I'm okay there. I don't want to get back into.
Oh my
And
god.
even in that corner, I still see that in the distance there is fire going on. Okay.
I feel like it's like that in every community. It's just how far you wish to dive into it. But this is an interesting development. I have to hear further of this. I actually know someone who plays Genshin Impact who's closer, and I'm gonna bring this up. I'm like,
I wish you luck in your endeavors because oh my god.
well, I would like to say to some extent I'm kind of a quote unquote reporter of things, but I'm mostly curious. When you say there's like a would you what would you say it is? Is it toxic or is it like just a mean community? Is it like bullying or
I guess it's
what is the
because
issue?
it's such a big game that
Mm-hmm.
it's so well like the more people you bring in, the more mean or like toxic people you bring in, the bigger is the more there will be of any kind of people. So I guess it's it just comes with the fame.
Okay, so it's just
But
bound to
yeah, if
happen.
you stay in a corner with friendly people, you will know you are mostly not likely to see that. But if you start diving more into it, you will see more stuff, I guess.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, It's bound to happen if it's a huge game. Like any community can get toxic.
I mean, there are millions of people playing it and like millions of people in the community. Even if you don't want to, at least a couple hundreds will be very noisy about whatever they don't like.
Yeah. Oh, I completely understand. Even in Twitter, it's the same way.
And Twitter makes everything worse, if you ask me.
Yep, we're all there. So another question from chat is there any dream project that you wish to work on as an artist?
I guess either complete the personal project that I had the idea for some years ago. I will talk about it later, or being able to do like art for some video game or something like that, splash art, things like that. That would be pretty cool.
Okay, so doing art for a video game.
And the other, like, finish the personal project that I had.
Super secret
Which-
personal project, guys. She can't.
I mean,
tell
I
you.
have talked about this. I have talked about this in the past. It was like I want to mention both because before I dive into the other one.
Ah, okay.
Like the personal project is like an art book project,
Okay.
and since I like to do like character design a lot, I have done like many character designs, and before I started making more like regular commissions and live 2D models, I used to sell like designs online. Like they are called adoptables. Like you will make a design and you will sell it to someone that can use it as their own personal character.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Adoptables.
Yeah, I used to do that because I really enjoy doing character designs. And I had this idea of making an artwork based of making humanoid versions of different kind of monsters in like modern kind of setting. So like an eldritch monster and a witch, like a nightmare personify like a nightmare and all of that, and make an art book full of my vision of those creatures, and like make them husbandos and waifus, basically.
Okay. And so this is a curious question as well. How early did you get into art? Like, do you remember how old you were when you started this art journey that never seems to end?
I mean, like many artists, like you start drawing when you were like very young. I remember like grabbing like a Pokemon card, put it against the window, and try to trace the drawing. We all start somewhere.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cute. So you would say that your earliest inspiration was Pokemon?
I mean, you can say that, yeah. I started like drawing Pokemons and I moved to more humanoid looking ones. I haven't seen my old art in a while, but from the things I can remember, they look more like aliens than that humans. But we get.
No, that's
I mean, they had like a very big, long face and a very like stereotypical alien that you can imagine, the real alien, but try to make them look slightly more humanoid, okay?
That's so good. So here's a question for you. Would you ever do a draw my first art challenge where like you basically take your art from like say when you were a child and try to redraw it now with the style that you have?
I don't know if I want to go through the pain of looking at my old art.
I mean, that's
No.
fair. That's fair.
I don't know if I want to go through all those alien-looking things that were wearing what I thought it was cool clothing. Because that's another topic. I didn't know how to design clothing. It was something to look at, okay?
She's breaking, guys. She can't explain how bad her art was.
It That's that's just again my point. No one like it's born knowing how to art. We all go through a process of learning, and we all make mistakes. Sometimes it's bad animals, sometimes it's bad background, sometimes it's alien looking people. We all have a way.
I mean, that's fair. I don't know if I ever want to open up my deviant art and look at my previous art and be like, yeah, I want to redraw that. Totally. No. No, I don't.
I mean, I get the feeling, even though the art in my DeviantArt is like 7, 8 years old by this point, it doesn't look as bad as the oldest art before I switched to digital.
I remember.
Because you don't have Control C and you don't have the transformations tool on traditional art. That helps a lot.
Yeah. Once you kind of draw on it, kind of stays there. So,
Yeah.
oh yeah, most of
It
it was
makes the
traditional.
mistakes even bigger.
For me, I would use Sharpie for the line art, so you know when if that line is fucked up, it's really fucked up.
Ooh.
So
I remember there was one year in which I tried to do Inktober with traditional art. It was a suffering. It was painful. I lasted like 3 days and it was like, nope, nope, no. I see the mistakes and I cannot easily change them. I don't like this.
I see. So you like being able to change mistakes and make it as perfect as possible, which is why you
Oh
use
yeah,
digital.
I spend so much time like twitching and changing things. Like I keep, if I don't have the hue and luminosity saturation bars, I cannot art. I keep changing the colors. People say that they like the colors in my art, and I keep changing them until the very end because they look nice, but I need to make. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
Color theory, the next lesson.
I mean, I told you I had to Google what cyan was because I forgot.
That's fair. That's fair. So when you're streaming, what makes you the most happy?
Mm, I guess seeing chat, being chat,
Chat support,
seeing all of
even when they're bullying.
it's always there, but I'm glad to see that they are having fun, that they keep coming and they think that it's worth to come to the streams.
See, chat, you
I don't know.
matter. You matter, chat.
I mean, I wanted to have people to talk with. If they weren't there, what's the point? I mean, I appreciate lurkers a lot, but you know, at least having one person to chat with, it's pretty nice.
There you go. We love chat, even when they're bullying off stream.
They are always bullying, but it's fine.
We accept it as artists. So what?
As any streamer.
Technically, yeah. So what frustrates you while streaming?
Mm, frustration. Well, this is a hard one. Since I haven't encountered that many problems, I will say like I don't get that many bots. For example, I haven't got any haters or mean people in chat either. I don't know how because they are those kind of people are everywhere, but they haven't come. They haven't found me yet. I guess. Well,
Found it.
no, there was one incident,
Oh,
but aside from that, pretty fine for the most part.
what was the
The
incident?
incident was I wanted to play Gartic Phone with chat.
Oh,
That
okay,
was the
I
mistake.
see how. I see where this is going. Never good.
Yeah, and Among Us and all of that. Never play those games and share the code with people like just like that. That's now for people in the Discord server only.
That's fair. You should always be able to have that sort of trust with people. Never put Gardic phone out in public. That is terrible. It always
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, I saw some very nasty stuff, and probably other people that were regulars that maybe joined, they were able to join, Also, probably so very nasty stuff. Nope, nope, nope.
Yep. But hey, at least we learn. We always have that one incident where you're just like, okay, let's not do that
People
anymore.
is mean for no reason.
Yep. Here come the dicks on Cardiff phone. It's always someone either trying to be cool or just
Yeah, the trolls on the internet.
the
There is
trolls, yeah.
the people that don't have anything better to do with their life that they just go to random people on the internet to ruin their day because I guess that's how their life goes. I don't know, man.
Small member behavior. Ain't that right? So let's see. Besides art and VTubing, are there any hobbies that you do and or wish to stream?
Wish to stream. I mean, I guess keep playing the games that I have pending, like the Great Ace Attorney and all of that. Like some games that are there that I want to play, but since I'm not a big gamer, I did try. I told you like I tried to play Cult of the Lamb, right? The thing is, it took me like 4 or 5 tries to defeat the first boss. I'm very bad.
So clearly you're ready for Elden Ring. With that kind of, of determination, clearly we're ready to see a Elden Ring hardcore review coming from you.
Oh my god!
Because clearly you're ready. You're ready for it.
For a Halloween stream, I'm sure it will be a nightmare. I don't know for them, but surely for me.
Everyone is losing their minds in chat. They're like, yes, Elden Ring.
Yeah, because they like to see me suffering.
I mean, why else would we watch a streamer if not to see them suffer?
I mean, I also try to play Hollow Knight, and it took me like 1 hour and a half to get to how you move the character. I play Pokemon. I play Fire Emblem. They are slow-paced games and turn-based games that you have time to think. I don't have the reflex to move and like do things at the moment. I'm very slow.
Okay, so clearly, the next step in your evolution as a gamer Pokemon is clearly Smash Brothers, because that is a slow-paced game, right?
When I was going to say I have never touched it, but that's not true. I played years ago with a couple of friends, and I don't remember much other than I keep watching. I guess because I keep being defeated within the first few seconds of being in the stage.
I mean,
I like to play game. I like to play games, but I'm the kind of person that would rather watch someone play the game.
I mean,
so I can enjoy the story.
That's fair. I mean, you enjoy the story and don't wish to suffer by going through it.
I have watched the full Persona 5 gameplay on game. Like, I watched someone play the 100% Persona 5 playthrough, whatever. I have the time. I just don't want to suffer, you know. Also, I didn't have the console at the time. I still don't have it, but you know.
I mean, just use the drawing tablet as your controller. As a new art challenge, you're gonna play a game with your art tablet. What could go wrong?
I mean, yeah, sorry, it won't break apart.
That's fair. You don't want to break your art tablet.
More like I don't want to break. Their tablet is a chunky one. It's not like those thin ones. Okay. So I guess I'm most worried about the pen. The pen that's not going to survive.
Not when you're high intensity gaming.
No.
So, who is Bo Snake?
Oh. Why is chat like this? I see you guys. Why are you like this?
Because this is your support system. This is what you created. These aren't my people. They're all your people. I mentioned it like the stream on the Discord server to, hey guys, come here.
and see me suffering. Like, I have never been in an interview. I thought I was not going to be able to answer anything. I think it's going decent so far, but I knew this was going to happen.
I mean,
Sad being sad.
maybe I shouldn't have opened the questions to chat, but here we are.
Too late to go back.
Nah,
So you see,
chat's always pretty good. So
there is that one emote of a snake with a bow on the top. That's bow snake. If you see, if I send you a picture, wait, I made like my full body model. If I can find it, you will see. Here.
because this is the mascot, correct?
Not really. If you see there is one snake at the bottom that has a bow over
Oh
there.
wow! Wait. Okay. Yeah, I see. I see it.
And I thought it would be like a cute detail to add. And I once, because I didn't make the full body design, like the full body PNG to use it. So one day I just saw the full model to the chat one day. And for some reason, they really, really, really like it. That one snake with a tiny bow. And it has overcome my streams.
I mean,
I
that it's really cute. I see the bow snake appeal. Maybe one day you can switch it off from like your normal VTuber
I have a redeem.
to just having your bow snake doing the art instead.
I have a redeem. I have a redeem for that.
Oh, you do?
They can redeem it, and my PNG goes, and then Bow Sneak appears on the screen, and
that's
she's there
awesome.
for 10 minutes.
Hey, so you already took advantage of it. That's awesome, as you should.
Yeah. So they cannot use the points in other stuff that I also have available for redeem because I don't know why I make decisions that I don't like, but whatever. We all have redeems that we don't like sometimes.
Redeem that bow snake. The guardian of your stream is the bow snake. So you said you had other lessons to learn besides like anatomy. Is there any other drawing lessons you wish to learn, like mecha, armor, and things like that? Clothing.
I guess I need to get better at drawing armor, taking into account that one of my favorite series or franchise is Fire Emblem.
Okay.
And the characters in Fire Emblem, they were armor. I guess I'm not very comfortable with it, with the fact that it's a lot of parts that if you draw wrongly, you can tell very easily that is like that doesn't belong there. Like a chunk, a piece of metal that you can tell that if you're wearing that probably is going to hurt you. Stuff like that.
I mean, most armor kind of doesn't make any sense. The cool stuff doesn't make any sense, but
True. Those bikini armors.
Let's go. Clearly, that's gonna protect you from a fatal blow.
Exactly. Even more like the bikini armors for people that also live in like a snowy place. Those they look nice, but they makes absolutely no sense.
That's fair.
But aside from that, I guess learn more composition and like perspective. It will be a thing.
Okay, so there's gonna be more than just anatomy lessons, chat. Stay tuned.
I know though about lessons, but they will surely see me struggle trying to draw like more complex stuff.
I mean, it'll be a learning experience for us all. I'll be there for that lesson. So this is about the VTubing community. What do you love or enjoy from the VTubing community?
I guess how welcoming people seems. How I don't know if you hear that. Hold on, I have to charge my headphones. They are running out of battery. Hold on. 1 second. Wait.
Stay tuned for more messages from our sponsors.
I
Raid
was
chat line.
fully I was follow. I was properly prepared for this to happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What I was talking about? Ah, yeah, the most welcoming that the VTuber community like feels like really welcoming.
Okay.
Like whenever I see that there is an announcement from either a corporate VTuber, an indie VTuber, there is always like a lot of people very excited to see like their design or see like their first stream and all of that. I really like that. Like how like people seems like very friendly with each other too, other VTubers and all of that. I really like that. It seems like a very chill and nice community. In downside, there is always, like I told with the Genshin thing, the bigger the community, the more mean people out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the VTuber community is also not free from those, but for the most part, I really truly think it's pretty nice.
Okay. And on that same note, what is it that you dislike about it? So clearly, it's Genshin Impact community. Uh,
I mean, I just mentioned it as an example, but from the VTuber community, oh boy.
yes, let's get that hot take on the VTuber community.
Do I want to get cancelled or not? Well, there you go. Like, how people is sometimes very quick to judge the streamer or like their
Okay.
community for whatever mistake they may happen, because we are all learning and we are all only human. Well, only a snake.
Only a bow snake.
So people, I guess they forget that people can learn from their mistakes and they can change for the better, and they are very quick to judge people based on first impressions sometimes
Okay.
for what they have been able to see. I
No,
mean, it's not as bad, but yeah.
I can get down with that. That could definitely be an issue that has happened. I've seen some things where people just jump on it and just expect justice for a mistake. Probably could have been a something that could have been avoided, but they weren't aware that it was a mistake
Mm,
on their part.
yeah, and how they want everything to be like public or things like that when many problems can be solved privately and on your own, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Instead of being
Like,
thrown out into the public eye
yeah.
and what
I
is it?
guess one thing I have noticed, not only with the VTuber community, but with YouTubers and streamers just in general, is how I notice in this trend of how it's becoming the new TV with all the dramas that were involved with famous people on TV. It's slowly moving towards the internet nowadays.
Okay.
I have noticed that tendency. It may be only me, but like how in some TV programs they are always talking about whatever these famous people have done, like the
Mm-hmm.
world, the smallest details, the bad stuff, whatever thing, and that's slowly moving towards like the internet entertainment too, which I thought we will be able to avoid that because that's a thing that I really don't like about TV, but here we are.
Here we are, more closely entwined with entertainment. Soon, all
Yeah,
VTubers will be a drama sitcom.
please no.
Please no. Bo Snake will take care of them. Um, let's see. So, do you make content for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or YouTube Shorts, or anything like that?
I don't. I have an Instagram, but it's mostly like posting my art there too, just like a gallery or portfolio. And with things like TikTok on YouTube Shorts, TikTok scares me, so I don't go there.
I mean, that's fair. Uh, so, it is a very difficult platform, especially for someone like me who makes very long videos.
Yeah,
TikTok is very difficult to edit
Hmm.
because they only do it in 10-minute chunks. Because it's not
Hmm.
YouTube. So that's been my struggle, which I only posted one interview on TikTok, and it takes me literally double the amount of time to
Oof.
edit
Yeah.
that into a TikTok format. So yeah, I'm kind of slacking on that.
Yeah. There is also the thing that since it's a shorter, like kind of format, you need to make sure that people keep being interested, even if it's a very short video.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you click in a 2 hours video, you already have the mentality that you're going to be there for at least 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are seeing like 10, 20 seconds kind of videos, it's like if in the first few seconds you are not interested, you are going to move to the next one. So it's very hard to keep people engaged when it's about a topic that lasts for a few minutes or more. So I can only imagine the hell to trying to edit it and condense it in such a short format.
Yes, it's literally a pain in the ass. The one thing I will say that has helped a little bit is um, Clip Studio Paint's integrated recording
Oh, that
software.
one. Yeah, I haven't tried that one yet.
It's I've done it once. Sometimes I forget that it is there, and it is you have to set it up before you do anything.
Hmm.
Which is the kicker, because then at the end you're like, ah, crap, I should have
Hmm.
hit the record button on Clip Studio, but it comes out pretty neat. It's pretty clean, and it doesn't like
Hmm.
most speed arts have like the camera spinning around in a million uh frames per second,
Yeah,
but
when they
this one,
move the canvas and all of that.
yeah, it can be kind of puke cam, but
Hmm.
uh at least in Clip Studio Paint it's really clean. um
Hmm.
so I do recommend it. It's just a pain to get it set up, but I find that
If I
art looks
remember.
cool. And usually like
Hmm.
because my art rarely goes beyond 2 hours, because when from start to
Same,
finish,
same.
clearly with my style, I was just like, okay, that line's good enough, let's go, moving on to the next thing. uh I don't put nearly as much effort as I could tell you put into your art. So a piece for me, which is 2 hours, can come down to 2 to 3 minutes on
Hmm.
the Clip Studio Paint playback. So maybe
Can you adjust the time of the recording or like how much it condenses the video? I don't know.
I'm not sure. It seems to uh take very broad motions with everything. So it like
Hmm.
when it does line art, it looks like it keeps it all in one unified direction, instead of like when you're doing like sketching where it just like lines, it just does like the one uh line that you stick with. I
Hmm.
notice it does that, but it's way faster than
Interesting.
grabbing a recording of your art and then trying to condense it, and it looks
Yeah,
incredibly
I
jank.
have, I have tried to record some speed paints in the past. I have a few on my YouTube channel, and it's a pain in the ass to edit everything because like whenever you leave for a few minutes when to go to the bathroom or when you have to end for the day and you have to make sure everything is close to each other and there are not big gaps when you are not moving and all
Mm-hmm.
of that, it's a pain to edit. That's why I need to try the Clipper Studio version because I don't like to edit video.
No, that's fair. I honestly, when I used this Clip Studio Paint, I didn't need to edit anything, so I just literally put music in the background. It was done. So I do recommend, 100%.
We'll make sure to check
Yes, definitely. Okay, so what is one hot take about yourself if you were a hater?
that I make the same content over and over again and I repeat myself over and over again.
Yo, why is everyone watching this person? They keep drawing the same shit over and over again.
Pretty much.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So what is it you're always drawing that it seems like a hater would be like, man, this person's drawing the same shit over and over again?
The VTuber Mista.
So you're always drawing yourself over and over?
No, not me, not myself. The VTuber Mr. Rias from Neyuse. I
Oh,
keep
okay.
drawing him. There was this month in which he took a month off from streaming, and there was a fun challenge to draw him every day during that month, and I made that challenge. And of course, I have to stream. I keep streaming. So, for most part of November, I keep drawing him over and over again.
I do agree with Chad. If that was a complaint, the entire art category is gonna die. Because we do draw things over and over again.
I mean, yeah. I think in my case it's next level. I think they have seen his face more than they will wish.
I mean, we're gonna relate him with you. So he's gonna be your new VTuber.
And the other thing is that I keep talking about the same topics. The problem when you stay at your home drawing for the most part of the day is that you don't go out.
I mean, that's fair. You could draw grass on your thing and say you touched it. So,
I think someone in chat at some point also made that say. You don't need to go out, just draw the grass
just draw the
and
grass
touch it with your hand.
Easy, easy hacks. Okay, so this will give you a big one. So we're gonna chop it up so that way I don't confuse you. It's the question is the biggest struggle, and there's various categories. So we'll start with the first one. What is your biggest struggle mentally as a VTuber?
I guess having to be more or less careful with what I say, because I have seen way too many instances of people taking something out of context and things like that. And I would like to have a peaceful streaming experience. Even though I have to work in brain cells, I still try to use them as much as possible. So I try to be careful, more or less. Not like I have super hot takes or whatever. I just don't want to get in trouble for no reason, I guess. So it can be sometimes slightly bit tiring that when you want to say something but you are like, I cannot because people may get mad kind of thing. But for the most part, I don't have like that many big problems. Just try to think a bit what you say.
That's fair. You just don't want to cause an incident or an issue on your chat, which is fair. No one wants to be stressed while streaming.
I guess wish people would understand that most hot takes, whatever, maybe jokes or irony or things like that. Like, just because someone says something in a stream randomly doesn't mean they are a horrible person, I guess.
Right, it could just be chat bullying you to be better.
Taking into account that sometimes I forget what I have said 5 minutes ago. Like, you cannot take what I say seriously. You know?
The good old goldfish streamer brain. We love that. You just don't remember what you said 5 minutes ago.
Exactly.
We love that. So there you go, chat. Don't take things so seriously. She's not going to remember what she said 5 minutes ago. So, how about physically? What's your biggest struggle as a VTuber?
That I have to sit for so many hours, not only for streaming, but also to do art, to do my work. So that makes my back and my shoulder, like my neck, being very tired. And I wish so, like, I have the healthy back I have some years ago that I could sit for like 5 hours without moving a centimeter and I will be just fine. I want that back.
So now you have the good old shrimp back.
Not to that point because I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid that. I don't want to. I maybe call a grandma in my streams, but I don't want to get the grandma back.
Yeah, the shrimp grandma back. We don't want that. Not.
Yeah.
We're not to that point. Yes,
But it's
I
true
can't.
that it
I
it
can't.
hurts.
I can't say I take credit for that, the shrimp back comment, but I am going to take it because it is hilarious. Um, the shrimple. Uh, so definitely sitting in your back is your
Yeah,
physical
people
struggle.
tend to forget that you need to exercise your body, even though exercise is not very fun. You gotta do it
No,
because
never.
you will notice as years pass, as time pass, that if you don't move, you're going to regret that.
Yeah, you're gonna stand up and be
So
stiff.
yeah,
How about emotionally? What's your biggest struggle as a VTuber?
I'm trying to find what's the difference with the first question. Like,
So mentally, it would be like
it's very taxing.
it. Let me see if I could try to. So emotionally, it would be like when you're angry, upset, frustrated,
Ah,
and things like that. Your emotional
okay.
state while VTubing.
Thanks for explaining for the two brain cells, brain power things. I guess when, even though it hasn't happened, but when you encounter people that it's mean for no reason on the stream and on chat, there was this one time that I think it was a copy pasta comment that they said like your voice is ugly or what you do is bad, things like it was a very lazy copy pasted comment,
Mm-hmm.
but I can only imagine how bad it can be for someone that has to see those kind of comments, even if they are the same level of like lazy kind of you bad kind of
Mm-hmm.
things. If you have to deal with a lot of those, I can only imagine how bad it has to be for your mental health. So even though in my case I haven't encountered those, I guess that would be. I mean, I have the luck that most my community is very nice. They bully the streamer and all of that, but they are very nice and they take care and they will sure be there to bonk the mean people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess no one likes to see people be like just judging you for what you say, for what you do for like 4 hours on a stream.
Yeah.
Like you can judge a person for what you see like a few hours on the in their day, I guess.
Yeah. I can definitely tell. Do you feel like, not to say it's going to happen, but if anything like that were to happen on your stream, would it upset you immediately, or would you try to like play it off as a joke and just get them banned?
I don't think it will affect me that much because I have been in the internet for long enough, and when you are in the internet for long enough, you know that whenever you start to grow, that people will come,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want it or not.
See, for me,
So
it's a
I will
goal.
say that
For me, it's a goal because I know I've made it once I get those kind of comments. Uh, so I'm
I
still
have
waiting. I'm still waiting. I clearly haven't made it yet. So
I know a few people that are the same. That they are whenever they get a hate comment, they are like, "Look, mom, I did it. I made it into the internet." But like,
yeah, it's like, look, mom, I'm successful. I got a hate comment. Be proud.
in my case, I think I would prefer to avoid them just to don't have to go through the whole process of not dealing with them, even though it may take just a few clicks to ban them. But like more time to speak with people that actually deserve that time.
Yeah. Well, if you ever get haters, just send them my way. I'll gladly have them here.
Okay,
we'll
then.
deal
I
with
mean,
them here.
hate watcher are more to the metrics, am I right?
Yeah, it's like, oh, here, let me forward you to someone who can deal with you. And be like, Ole, welcome. Hello, hater. We love to have you here.
I will make sure to remember.
Yes, just send me all your haters. I'm sure we'll show them all my feet. And we'll have a we'll have a good time.
That is already preparing, I can see.
Let's see. And for the last question of this big paragraph of a question is, what is your biggest struggle financially as a VTuber?
I guess that I cannot afford some of the basic stuff that many quote unquote big streamers have, like the Stream Deck and like a game capture for like the Switch and things like that. I mean, for me, streaming is just a hobby, so I never plan it to be like a super big thing. It just happened to slowly grow, which I'm very thankful for. But it could be nice if like eventually I'm able to get all the cool stuff that the cool kids also have.
The cookies. I mean, you know, as you know, that stuff isn't cheap. So,
No. I took a look and my
yeah,
wallet ran for dear life.
it's a pretty penny, to get that fancy
Mm.
stuff. I'm also looking
Also,
forward to getting my own fancy, model and rig.
yeah, that's the other
So,
thing. I was able to draw my model, but I cannot rig it, and I don't know if most people use an iPhone or if they use a webcam because I haven't looked at it because I cannot afford it. But I don't know what people use, but if the case like it's an iPhone because it has better tracking, I think for the face.
mhm.
That's iPhone. Apple is very expensive for no reason to. So
Yeah, that too. It's basically like you're trying to finance a car when you try to get an iPhone. So,
yeah.
'cause I recently upgraded, so I know all about that.
Oh my
Trust
god.
me. um, let's see. And so are you part of any groups on Discord or
No,
Twitter?
not really. This you mean like a community
Yes.
or uh I'm pretty much I mean I have my own Discord server for like my Twitch followers and all of that, but aside from that, I'm like pretty much on my own. I'm not a very social person.
Okay.
Um
Really?
I am the
Nah, I
kind of
can't tell. I
no
can't tell.
yeah. I am that kind of person that will enter a fandom. For example, I will stay from the distance, maybe make one or two friends that I maybe exchange like a few tweets every day, and I keep it to myself. I'm
Okay.
not a very social person.
Well,
I can blend with the normies, but that's about it.
I am a normie, but we enjoy your suffering regardless. So, we all for
Hmm.
it.
I, I guess that will be one goal to be more social and try to, be more involved with other communities, I guess. There are some people that I have met since I started VTuber that I would like to be more close to.
Hmm.
But again, because I'm not a very social person, I need to get better at that.
Okay. Well, that's fair. There you go, chat. You have goals. Get her to be more social. Uh, they they say you're a normie. You don't even go outside. So, uh,
I I can see your name. Shut up. The call out. This viewer is always making call outs of me on stream, no matter what. I appreciate you, but why are you like that?
And this is a good question to have. So what sort of collabs would you like to do?
Mm,
Would you like to do like art challenge collabs where you like? Because I know one art collab I did with another artist was a speed Pokemon draw where
oh,
we had like 15, I want to say 20 to 30 seconds to draw a Pokemon, and the other
I
person had
wonder.
to try to spell it.
I wonder what creatures came out of that.
Oh, we had a
Certainly not
good time.
Pokemon.
We had a good time. It was awful, but
I would love to make something similar with some uh, streamers that I have met, like the thing of drawing Pokemon from memory. I think that would be pretty fun.
that would be fun. I would love to see that one. Just draw like we the chat
Like
sells out a
gather,
name and then you try to draw it from memory.
yeah, being there with maybe one or two streamers and VTubers and be there, try to see whoever gets closer to the Pokemon and who creates the biggest abomination. That would be fun.
Who creates the biggest abomination? We love drawing from memory because we sometimes forget or we mesh designs together. We're just like, yeah,
I mean, there
this
is a
looks right.
literal trash can Pokemon, like a bag of trash. You will get something, even if it doesn't look like it.
It'll be a new
Eventually, it will
Pokemon.
probably be. Yeah.
The new evolution has arrived. That'll be fun. I think anything that's drawing from memory with other artists, I think could be great. But I think to make things better is to have like either half or more to be actual artists that like clearly put way more time into their art than just like 30 seconds, and then have like a couple of people who don't do art like either at all or barely, and then see how well they do as well. I think it'll be a
We love the paint, the Windows
oh yeah,
paint
the
art.
Windows Paint art. Yep.
That's
No
we all
layers,
started there at some point.
0 layers. There's no layers allowed. Uh,
I remember the first ever drawing I ever made digitally was done in paint, but I don't know where that is.
oh, we gotta pull it out for walking down
It's
memory lane.
I think it's somewhere in my old laptop, but I the fact that there is people out there who is actually able to do proper cool art with MS Paint. They have signed a contract with a demon. I swear.
Contract with a demon. Must have been beautiful.
There is no way you can make photorealistic art in MS Paint and still be a sane person.
You heard it there, friends. Everyone in chat, you can't be a sane person and draw an MS Paint. Changed my mind. That's that's what she's saying. So another question.
Remember, I will forget this. I will forget this in 5 minutes, so it doesn't matter.
That's fair. We love Goldfish Marine. Draw with a mouse. Um. So, what is your favorite Pokemon? Is it Arbok or Ekans?
Funny enough, no, they are. It is. I like the evolutions a lot. Like, I don't know which one of them I prefer the most. I guess Sylveon or like Glaceon.
Okay.
Yeah, I like them pretty a lot. They are very cute.
Okay.
I remember I struggled so much. I really wanted a Glaceon because my first ever Pokemon game was Pokemon Pearl. So Glaceon and Leafeon were introduced in that generation, and I struggled so much to figure out how you get a Glaceon because I didn't have internet back then.
Oh, okay. So you were
It was
just
a quest.
you were you're trying to figure it out the good old hard way.
Yeah,
Did you ever eventually get it?
I think I did. I mean, I better have made. The only thing I remember is that I have spent way too many hours in that game. over 500 hours.
I mean, seems
I better
legit.
have gotten
You
it.
better have gotten it.
Yeah.
uh, and for me, since I grew up in Gen 1, it wasn't
Oh,
my favorite back then, but now I've grown to really love Gengar. He is my favorite.
oh, Gengar is pretty cool. The Mega Evolution that they give to Gengar, it looks so cool, man.
Oh, the Mega. He's kind of
Yeah.
crazy looking for me. He's like on
Yeah.
the ground and he has these big, huge hands. Like, I don't
I
know.
think it looks pretty nice.
But
The shiny version is really cool, I think.
yeah, yeah. Though I played more
Mhm.
Crystal uh in my youngin days. I never owned Gen 1, but
Hmm.
yeah, I do vibe more with Gen 1.
Have you
And
played the new Pokemon?
I have not. No, I kind of stopped at Gen 3. So
Oh,
with
very early.
yeah, with Emerald and Fire Red, Leaf Green, that's when I stopped because
Hmm.
after oh, excuse me. After that, I
Interesting.
just started seeing like the new designs and I was like,
Hmm.
I don't know about these. This is where
I mean,
this is
every
where the
generation is like that.
yeah, it's like after seeing those designs, I'm like, I don't know if I'm about this. Like after Emerald and things like that, like the designs were pretty good. Nothing seemed like it was copied pasted or like the designs were questionable. But now we're in
Hmm.
Gen what 20? I don't know what Gen we're in now.
Uh, I think it's the eighth or seventh gen. I forgot. I don't know. Oh, Gen 9.
Gen 9. No, Jesus. Yeah. So, I've seen some questionable Pokemon designs, and after that, I'm just like, I don't have the brain capacity to remember every Pokemon now. 'Cause I could
No,
barely
same,
remember from
same.
Gen 1 to 3. So,
When I was a small sneak, I had a very good memory. I was able to learn all the Pokemons up to Gen 4 within a few weeks, which I don't know how I made that. But past that point, even Gen 5, that is the last one, I remember enjoying a lot. I don't remember most of the names for it, so I get you. And now I think they have hit I think there are at least 1K number like of Pokemon. So there are a lot to remember.
yes, yes, and they don't make it easy on you either.
Hmm.
Um, but let's see, we are reaching towards the end of my questions here, so I want to ask for you and all the new people that wish to start their art quest. What tips do you have for new VTubers or new artists trying to get into this? It's essentially a career, but it's
Hmm.
this hobby.
Um, I mean, nowadays there are so many free resources that you can get to learn on your own, like with having to pay a cent.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will tell them that to go maybe to YouTube or like to the Twitter of some artists that they like their style and try to follow even their tutorials or see how they work in the speed paints they post and try to follow like how their workflow. You can learn a lot by just watching what they do. I mean, at least it worked for me.
Okay.
Mm, and if you are able to afford it, like pay for the tutorials that they put out or paid resources that there are out there, that like the free ones are pretty nice, but usually the ones that you have to pay for, at least I hope that like they have been more curated to be more easy to understand, I guess.
Okay.
Mm, so just look for those artists who are the art style you like and you would like to have, and just follow whatever tutorial they have, or if they have speed paints, follow like their way of working, things like that. Learning for repetition, I guess.
Okay. So we should stay
And
tuned for your speed arts on TikTok, right?
if you see me on TikTok, assume that I'm there by force. Like someone is pointing a gun at me, and they are forcing me to post on TikTok.
So it's chat's fault for putting you on TikTok. Fair enough. We all do things for chat.
No. Not even chat. It's not going. Chat doesn't have the power to make me download that hell of an app.
I see.
I have seen stuff from TikTok. I want to stay away from that. I don't want to touch it even with a stick.
So you'd rather re-download Genshin Impact and enter that rabbit hole and
Yes.
go into
Yes.
Go
loud.
Go to TikTok. Oh my god. There you have
No,
it,
no.
chat. Put Bow Snake on the top of your TikTok. They'll take care of everything. Okay. So the rift between my world and your world is starting to give way for you to start heading back home. Do you have a question for me?
What made you decide to start making podcasts about VTubers? What made you decide to go through this path?
So curious about that. I literally just woke up one day. I didn't backflip off my off my bed. I just literally woke up and was like, you know what? Today I want to make a podcast. About what? Well, I know VTubing and art, gaming. So let's do a podcast about streaming, VTubing, gaming, art. And literally that's all that happened. I just woke up one day and was like, you know what? I want to do this. How? No idea.
Enough.
But here we go.
As someone that started everything in 2 days, fair enough, I can relate.
You literally just wake up one day. You're like a sim. You just wake up and your needs are different today. So, that's how it happened.
Well, now we know.
Yep. It literally, I didn't plan it a whole year ahead.
It just happened.
It just happened one day, and in fact, every asset you see in this picture is from something that I like copied and just edited. Like this desk that I drew is a studio news desk, and I just changed the colors of it because I'm like, this.
if it works, it works.
It's a cool design. I want this, and
it looks pretty nice.
And of course, like the skull and microphones I got from something else, like a radio. That's how, and the chairs are a gaming chair. I just traced it and made it more anime looking. But literally, I just grabbed assets and mashed them together, and we're like, there we go. We're in a podcast. So
I see we go like the same path, I guess. Of one day, why not? And we started just like that.
Yeah. Is there a dream interview I want to do? I haven't really thought of it. I kind of do like the path that I'm going with the interviews here, where I'm like, not to say that you're a small streamer, because clearly you have a following. You have a following.
Yeah, but I'm small. I know.
Like if you're small, I'm tiny because I don't have a following. So I do enjoy this. I haven't interviewed like any huge VTuber or huge art streamer or anything like that. I do like this. There's like a minimal of like maybe the highest streamer that I've gotten is like a 20 viewer. But I do like the smaller side of this, so that way I get to know you personally. Basically, it's just like I like thinking as this interview as you and me chilling out, having. Here I was having apple juice because I was waking up. So I'm like drinking apple juice.
Is nice.
Yeah, so I'm like drinking apple juice, dripping too, and just like chilling and getting to know you. Like maybe we have our feet up on the desk and we're just like, we're relaxed and chilling. I'm not like trying to siphon information from you. I'm just like, so how'd you get started and things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's chill. Like it's not like
Mm.
I have these questions, you must answer them. Nothing like that. So yeah, low-key dripping. But
I,
I
I,
do like having chat here, so that way if there's a question
mm,
I don't have, but they're interested, definitely, even if most of them are your viewers, um, I do like that interaction as well.
hmm. I mean, the one thing about being quote unquote small is that everything feels like more comfortable and you can just chill out with everyone else in the chat. I really like that atmosphere because I think when you grow bigger, chat goes way faster and it's kind of harder to get like a sense of community, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So being small has its perks, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Eventually, like I would like to, tackle those big VTubers and things like that. Just
Mm,
uh, not. I'm not there to get the following. Like I know it's going to happen once you interview a big, a VTuber. Like you're gonna get like almost a
yeah.
cult following and things like that. I'm not trying to get that. That's why I'm trying to stick with, like, honestly, what I did for to get a hold of you, I went to like the art, and it was like
Hmm.
it had to have been like 3 or 4 in the morning for me. Uh, and I go to every art stream now. Now you know my technique. Um, and
I mean,
and
to be fair, I usually stream at those times for most people that watch me. So
I see. So I'm usually there. I lurk in the stream. If I see what I'm looking at, which is like usually an art style or like you're talking about something and there's genuine interaction, uh, I like that. So I will usually drop a follow and then go to your Twitter, and then message you there and be like, "Hey, I'm a viewer from your stream. Would you like to be part of the interview?" And usually some people are
hmm.
like, no, not really," and others, like you were like, "Yeah, let's do it. I'm interested," and I was very grateful for you to have answered at such a weird time. um,
I mean, it was weird for you, but for me, it was like normal daytime.
that's fair. Yeah, usually when I'm going to bed
I'm
is when I
so-
start looking for more people.
I mean, I'm aware that when I stream for people that watch me from the US, I think it's 3, 4, 5 in the morning for them. So
Yeah. Usually
there is a
usually we're
reason
falling
why
asleep to your stream at that point.
there is a reason why uh, in my channel there is an emote that instead of being like a horny bonk is a sleep bonk. I want you to sleep
That's fair.
because so many people comes when it's so late for them.
Yeah. But we have to sleep. It's good. It's good. Even Bow Snake will make you sleep. Um but yeah, I'm grateful for every guest I've had. So eventually we will tackle those big VTubers and we'll get uh those quest
Juicing big
questions.
numbers.
But yeah, that's to answer your question, chat. And well, that's the end of that. Unless you have a question for me, uh, I think we're pretty
I
good.
think I already made the question I was most curious about. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you very
Thank you
much
so much
for,
for the invite.
of course. And if you have any friends that you would like to throw on the hot seat, please let them know that I have an open invitation. I will gladly have anyone to take an interview.
Okay, then I will let them know. I will let them know.
Yes, and so before the rift closes and you head back to your world, who should we raid?
Oh God, I didn't
I
expect this
threw.
question.
No one expects this question.
Oh God. Uh, oh, no, I did watch one of your interviews and I stayed almost until the end and I was like, okay, this is closing. I can leave. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, you have to be right at the end to know that last
Oh
question.
God. Um, I see that Paper Talisman is doing art right now.
Okay. Can you send him? Can you send me his username
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
we can get this started?
Okay, hold on.
And thank you very much, chat, for being a great part and being cool, being part of this interview. I can't wait to see you all on the next art stream, where we get to study anatomy and color theory, as well as art designs.
So many things to learn, so little time.
Yes, she's going to speed run through lessons. It's going to be great. Okay, so let me grab this and get this. Redeem feat. Oh, I don't have it activated yet. You should stay tuned for when I stream.
Wait,
Feat is an actual feat is an actual thing that I have going on my stream. It is a great thing to happen. You should stay tuned for when
I
I
see you are
stream.
living up to the feed artist allegation.
Yes. It is an inside joke that has literally become a meme on my channel. So
I mean the same as Bo Sneak in my channel.
you got Bo Snake, I got feet. So we all have our little we all have our little meme.
I think internet will appreciate your fable.
Yeah. I don't know because they're skeleton feet. So
Okay. I mean, Sans and the Undertale fandom exist.
yeah. Until I get my own fan art of my own feet, we'll see about that. I might want to stop, but thank you all very much. Thank you, chat. We're gonna send you over to excuse me, I had a stroke. Paper Talesman, Talisman, I think. Talisman.
I pronounce it in Spanish. I don't know how you should say it in English. No idea. I only say people.
I think. And we'll see you on the next one, amigos. Adios.